and Anta walk through the streets of Dakar. The camera follows them fluidly, creating a feeling of immersion and following us. Words do not describe how I feel. Okay. In Tuki tracking shots play a significant role in emphasizing the emotional and physical journeys of the characters. One of the most notable tracking shots occurs when Mori and Anta walk through the streets of Dakar. The camera follows them fluidly, creating a feeling of immersion and allowing us to connect with the environment around them. At Breathless, which also uses tracking shots in a equally distinctive way. The most famous one that comes to mind is when Belmondo's character is followed by a tracking shot while he walks through the streets. This moment has a different energy compared to the Tuki. It feels spontaneous, almost chaotic, reflecting the rebellious and free-spirited nature of the characters. Godard's use of tracking shots here feels a bit more raw and energetic. It aligns with the French New Wave's focus on breaking traditional filmmaking rules and creating a sense of unpredictability. In comparison of these two films, we can see that while both uses tracking shots, the intention behind them is equally as different. In Tukibuki, the shots are used to reflect the character's emotional states, often emphasizing a sense of displacement or longing. Meanwhile, Breathless uses tracking shots to mirror a frantic energy and youthful rebellion of its characters. Both, however, rely on these shots to immerse the audience in their world, each film using them to reveal something deeper about the characters and themes. Now talking about jump cuts, which is a hallmark of Breathless and also a significant technique in Tukibuki. Jump cuts break up the continuity of time and space, creating a fragmented or disjointed effect that adds a layer of complexity to the viewing experience. In Tukibuki, jump cuts are often used to create a dreamlike or fragmented sense of time. One key example is the way the film shifts between different scenes or memories, with cuts that disorient the viewer and emphasizes the character's internal experiences. These cuts serve to break linearity and create a kind of visual poetry mirroring the emotional turbulence of the characters. Jump cuts in Tukibuki add to the film's experimental style, where time feels fluid and the boundary between reality and fantasy blur. Meanwhile, in Breathless, jump cuts are perhaps probably one of the most iconic parts of the film. They are used by Godard to disrupt the smooth flow of the narrative and challenge traditional editing techniques. In one memorable scene, John Paul Belmondo's character has a conversation with John Seberg, and we see a rapid, jarring jump cut that makes the scene feel more spontaneous and immediate. This is all about breaking the rules. Godard's aim was to reflect the fragmented, chaotic nature of his characters' lives. The jump cuts in Breathless convey a sense of urgency, unpredictability, and even a bit of rebellion. It's a technique that truly embodies the spirit of the French New Wave. When comparing these two films, it's clear that both films use jump cuts, but for vastly different reasons. In Tukibuki, the jump cuts contribute to a more surreal, fragmented narrative, while Breathless, the jump cuts are part of a more rebellious approach to storytelling. Both directors, however, use the techniques to break from convention and to make the viewer feel something beyond the traditional narrative flow. Ugh. Focusing on another editing feature in Tukibuki and Breathless is nonlinear storytelling and how each film handles sound design. In Tukibuki, nonlinear storytelling is a key feature. The film doesn't follow a strict chronological order. Events unfold in a disjointed, fragmented way, often jumping between different moments in time and memory. The structure reflects the psychological state of the characters and contributes to the sense of confusion and alienation. The nonlinear flow also makes us feel as though we are experiencing the character's fragmented thoughts and emotions. This approach gives Tokyo Boogie an almost dreamlike quality, reinforcing the surreal atmosphere of the film. In Breathless, Godard employs a similar nonlinear narrative approach, but he also uses sound in a non-conventional way. For example, in many scenes, we often hear background noises or voices that don't quite match what we see on screen, creating a sense of disorientation. The fragmented, unpredictable nature of sound in Breathless adds to the chaos and freedom of the character's experience. Both the editing and sound choices in Breathless challenge the viewer's expectations and create an un, unpredictable, fragmented viewing experience. When comparing these two films, both directors use nonlinear storytelling to break from traditional narrative forms, but they also do it in different ways. Tokyo Booky's structure emphasizes a dreamlike quality, while Breathless uses both sound and editing to create a sense of spontaneity and rebellion. Despite their differences, both films push the boundaries of non-conventional storytelling.